What's the best time to take the MCAT if I want to apply next year?
I think the prime time for taking the MCAT, and of course, there's many exigencies, is January. January, it seems to me to be the best time because you have more of an easing of your life around those holidays and more of a chance to relax and more of a chance to, in the month before the test, really check in and shore up those areas where you may have gaps and get yourself sliding into a very good sense of preparedness. And then you get your test back in February, March, and that gives you an ability to gauge whether or not you're ready. I think the worst time is in April
Mm.
if you're in school because you have so much going on and your brain is tired.
I think January is the best time if you are trying to avoid taking a gap year. But given that
Mhm.
almost everybody does take a gap year or two these days, I think the best time to take the MCAT is in the summer, the year before you want to apply. And uh, I think my case here is that you want to have time to prepare for the MCAT when you aren't overloaded with school, which is hard to do in the fall for the January test. And so summer is the best time to do that. Have one thing you're doing outside of MCAT preps, maybe some volunteering or a light research job, but otherwise devote that summer to MCAT prep.
Yeah, I've
Um,
definitely given that advice myself many times.
Well, the constraints here are in an ideal world, you want to have time to get your score back and prepare again for a retake should you need to before it starts to hurt your application. So the last time you can take the MCAT before it starts to delay your application is around June 1st of when you're applying. So sure, push comes to shove, you don't do well in January, you can retake in April, May, and have it not affect your application. That's generally when you're also preparing your applications, though. And so that could be too much for many people. I've seen many people burn out and delay because they can't do it all at once. So if you take it in August, you get your score back in September. Or if you take it in early September, you get your score back in October. It's not given for the months of October, November, December. Your retake date would be January in that case. So I think that's what's best. But really, what's best depends on you, your workload, and what application plan makes the most sense.